So, randomly on Twitter, Paul Wall was trending. Okay.
That's random, motherfucker.
I know. 2020 is a weird year, though.
Paul Wall, baby.
Hey, what's that nigga nickname? Boss Hoss? Or Boss Hog?
Boss Hog, bro.
Boss Hog or some shit?
He never called himself no boss hog, man.
I just swore that was the nigga nickname.
No, that was Slim Thug, man.
I was gonna say that was Thug.
I was like, it was one of them niggas. Same.
So, speaking up, so
Really?
still tipping. You know, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Paul Wall.
Fire.
The question on Twitter was who had the best verse on that song. I wanted to know what y'all thought.
Ooh.
That's why Paul Wall was trending. People were saying Paul Wall's name.
People's chant.
Exactly.
Paul Wall, baby.
Gimmick infringement.
It is
gimmick
gimmick.
infringement.
Yeah, that's fair. I went with Paul Wall. I actually think it's Paul Wall was the hottest, and then Mike Jones, and then Slim Thug. I literally think the song went in the order of hotness.
It got progressively better in your opinion.
Yes.
Dude, baby.
I don't know, I've always been partial to Slim Thug verse, but then when I listen back to the song, like Paul Wall got his shit off.
He did.
He did, though.
He did shit off.
Who else getting shit
And I can't in good conscience say Mike Jones. So
You don't fuck with Mike Jones?
I don't fuck with Mike Jones.
I don't know, bro. Mike Jones has some hits, bro.
I don't fuck with Mike Jones.
He had a few hits, B.
Man, Mike Jones ended his verse by saying, "Back then, hoes didn't want me. Now I'm hot, hoes all on me." Full time emphasis.
Now I'm hot. They all doing the chop the screw shit. They was getting
cool.
Them niggas getting they shit off.
The crazy thing with that is each time Mike Jones say that line, I get more excited as it progresses. So it's like he did his job.
Yeah.
They knew they lanes. They stayed in them. They definitely stayed in their lanes.
They was killing shit though for a minute.
Dude, my freshman year Sweet Mate, that dude loved Chameleonaire. Like I've never seen anybody be a bigger stan for any artist than that dude was for Chameleonaire.
I knew a Chameleonaire stand too. It's random as shit. You like, what the fuck? Yeah, that nigga called. He was like, man, y'all ain't fuck with Millionaire, man. Chameleonaire, man. I'm like, dog, go on. Go on now.
That shit don't even sound right.
Some people do really fuck with him like that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, to each his own, I guess.
Hey, Ken, who did you have?
I'm gonna say Paul Wall.
All right, clean sweep. I like that. Let's get into the show. Welcome to episode 159.
Hell no.
Party time, Tim.
My bad.
All right. Welcome to episode 159 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And this your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Cooking, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. How y'all be this week?
I'm the Eric J.
Only known as
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. You know, holding it down for all the women who love sports.
And it's your boy K Harris, the gentleman.
The gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
But better known as K Diddy.
Take that.
Yeah, people jump around.
All right, so for those of you who don't know and those of you who do, how about you follow me like Scooby-Doo?
Oh,
www.technicalfile.com. Don't forget to put the K on that motherfucker.
You're damn right.
Also follow us on Twitter and the Instagram at Technical File. You can find us on Facebook, Technical File Podcast, which is our Facebook page. And you can mosey on over to Technical File Pod Overtime, which is our Facebook group where you can join in with the listeners, fans, and the fam.
There you go.
Like I said every week, man, if you guys enjoy being a part of this amazing Technical File fam, share with everyone you know. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, everyone. Share with everybody. We don't grow without y'all. So share with somebody right now. Okay, it's warm outside. Y'all outside driving. I'm finna bring it back. Let's come up and put it down right now. I'm gonna give y'all the time. Let's run it down. Turn the radio entirely all the way up right now.
Entirely all the way up.
All the way up.
The loudest.
Louder.
Okay, y'all there?
I think that's the loudest we can get it. Got to be. All right.
Hey,
you listen to Tech 5.
Better talk to him
right now.
Tell him
it's a podcast,
and we black.
Yeah, sure. That too.
Yeah, listen to Tech 5.
Don't play that shit in Brookfield though.
Y'all go ahead and do that.
Players starting to protest. This is as black as you can get with sport content. It's the blackest podcast you're gonna find.
Blackest.
I'm black, y'all.
I'm blacker than black.
We so black. Terry Crews don't listen to us.
Oh, dude.
Oh, dog. Terry Crews ain't welcome here.
Hey, fuck.
The devil is not welcome here. Who's that from Bad Boys 2? It's the devil.
Ken, is there a Tech File challenge for the week?
Yeah, I think everybody that participated in last week's challenge, recommending a book. This week, recommend a TV show. A few weeks ago, we did binge watching. What shows we binge watched through the coronavirus. I got through it though.
Thank you.
But yeah, let us recommend a show for us to watch. Something that's dope that you've been watching or you want to put us on to. So that's what we'll do that this week.
Something that's good to binge watch.
Yeah.
Don't
no bullshit.
Yeah.
I was about to start The Wire because I haven't seen anything yet, but I seen a clip of like the start of season 4. She walked into like some warehouse trying to buy a staple gun. So I was looking to watch the clip. I was like, this shit look like it is really good, huh? I was like, let me go ahead and start watching this shit. So I've never seen it, so I'm probably start episode 1, season 1 tonight.
Only seen season 1. I haven't seen past season 1.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What show?
The Wire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
It's been considered the greatest television show of all time. So
I keep hearing that.
Go wrong with it.
You know what? You know what? I'll rewatch it with you.
Oh, for sure.
We can tweet through it.
Okay.
I swear that's one of my favorite things on Twitter is like when people start watching Game of Thrones for the first time and then they tweet through it because it hits the same exact beats every time. Like, this shit weird. Kind of interesting though. On what? Damn, I really like this character. Damn, they just killed this character.
That's a good one though.
I gotta watch Game of Thrones too.
I like that. Yeah, so make sure you recommend a TV show for us. Binge watchable TV show, Tech File Challenge this week.
Do it.
But wherever you find podcasts, you can find us. That includes Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud,
for sure,
Stitcher.
That worked that good? I got that this week.
Spotify, iHeartRadio, Himalaya,
like a player.
Yeah.
Whooshka. And wherever you're listening to this podcast episode right now, while there, make sure that you like, subscribe, rate, and review. 5 stars better. It helps us and we appreciate it.
For sure. Like, we really appreciate everybody who takes the time to give us a rating. It helps us so much. Y'all don't even know. Trust us. It helps a lot. Do that for us. We're going to shout out the top listening cities for the last week of the show. So shout out to everybody who's listening. Shout out to everybody who's telling a friend, like Ken be telling y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 this week, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome back.
Okay, Milltown.
Number 2 is Fitchburg, Wisconsin.
Fitchburg. Oh, what up, though?
What up, Fitchburg?
Number 3, we have Fresno, Texas.
Fresno,
let's go.
Number 4, we got Inglewood, California.
Inglewood?
What up?
Always up to no good.
Number 5, we got Spring, Texas.
What up, though?
Always Texas love.
Spring has sprung.
Number 6, we have Minneapolis, Minnesota.
It get cold in Minnesota.
Hey. Number 7, we have Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Oh, no. Okay, for sure. I see you.
What up?
Number 8, we got Crowley, Texas.
All right, Crowley. They usually they're pretty You know what I mean? What up,
you want to finish a sentence? I'm saying like
they usually in there. Like they kind of sneak their way in and out.
Crowley is crawling its way up the list.
I see what you did there.
Zinger.
Number 9, I believe this is a new city. I don't think we've ever had them on a top 10. Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Smoke them if you got them.
What up, Marlin?
And then he's at Marlin at number 10. We got Racine, Wisconsin.
Hey, all right, sure. What up, homies?
Actually drove through Racine for the first time over this weekend.
Oh, really? Was that
Thoughts and opinions?
Racine ain't gonna be on the list next week.
Fuck these niggas, man. I'm so sick of this shit.
It's just I looked up and I was on Martin Luther King Drive and I was like, I know exactly where I'm at right now. And then somebody like drove past and almost sideswiped like 3 different cars. We got to the end of the block. There was a gas station with the old school, but it wasn't very well kept. But it was on like 24 stuff. So,
okay.
You know,
it sounded like a good time.
It looked like a big little city.
I was like, it sounded like Milwaukee, like
it's like Milwaukee.
One block.
Milwaukee light.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say the rest of that sentence, but yeah, looks like mini Milwaukee. Let's put it that way.
Mini Milwaukee.
International listeners, Dublin fell out. We didn't have no island this week, y'all.
Oh.
But we did have we had Poland, Norway, and Spain was back.
Oh, Spain came back. Yeah.
Spain.
We lost one.
Welcome back.
All right, let's get into the topics of the week, y'all, shall we? We have some bad news for the MLB. So they had a COVID outbreak all up in and through the Miami Marlins clubhouse. So it started off with just a couple of players tested positive, 3 players. On Sunday, they found out, like, yeah, I got the Rona. And the team had a meeting and they said, we're going to play. Regardless.
On they punk ass.
Yeah, we like, regardless, we're going to play. They said not playing was never their mentality. Next thing you know, they got cases going through the roof. Right now, it's up to 17 people in that clubhouse who have tested positive as of Tuesday morning. So given the outbreak, the MLB is actually postponing all of the Marlins games through Sunday. So they're going to postpone 6 of their games. This is crazy. How do you in good conscience play a game knowing that you have this disease?
Or at the very least that you've been exposed to it.
Yeah. Like, wow.
All 3 of them is like, you know what? We'll be all right.
No. And they team agreed, like, yeah, for sure.
That's some wild shit. So the baseball is really worried about the Yankees right now, too, because they're like, well, not the Yankees, the Phillies. Because they all had to get tested because they played against the Phillies over the weekend. And
the news actually came in that they were all cleared.
Oh, so all of them are good now?
The Phillies are good.
Yeah, because I know they was waiting on it earlier this morning, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be interesting. But they end up flip-flopping the Yankees games.
Yep.
That's just, it's wild that you really, because you know a lot of motherfuckers probably just think this is a joke. They still thinking this is a joke. And they're like, you know what? I feel fine. Let's go out and have a whole ass game. And they say I got it, but I don't feel nothing. Now, most of your team got it. Well, not even most. 43% of your squad got it. That's some wild shit.
I don't get how it's the player's decision. Like, I don't get how that's not like team doctor, team like organizational. Like, whoever gave them the test and gave them the results should be like, oh no, we putting an end to this. Like, it should be automatic. Like, it shouldn't even be a discussion point.
Yeah.
Baseball's issue right now is that they don't have a plan in place once a player gets COVID. They have everything leading up to preventative maintenance, but once the player get COVID, they have nothing.
113 pages of a rule book and not one page, not one section.
Not one. Well, if the guy gets it, we should be fine. That just... So the player said no to a bubble system. right?
Let me ask you this though. What impact do you think this has on like the NFL? Like this feels like something that could easily happen in the NFL as well.
Yeah.
That's why we've seen 6 players say, no, one squad today. I feel like that may have impacted their decision a lot. Because a lot of these cats, I mean, especially in the NFL, like a lot of these guys are educated. So they like, you know what? They really don't have a plan in place. How strong is our plan that we agreed to? Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm really good on that. And I don't blame them.
Me either.
I never underestimate the NFL's ability to not give a fuck about their labor. So I don't think it impacts the NFL in any way. Like they're going to keep going forward. Like next man up is a mantra for a reason. So if somebody get COVID or a large percent gets COVID, like it's, I don't know how many thousands of failed former college football players that are on the market that can get signed and take their places.
Fair.
I don't think that's right, but that I know the NFL and
it's realistic.
Yeah.
It'd be like the lockout season, the replacements.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was some other trouble, coronavirus related in the NBA. So Clippers guard Lou Will, he was investigated by the NBA about his actions and his whereabouts while he was on an excused leave from the bubble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the questions began because an Instagram photo from rapper Jack Harlow, who, by the way, I have never heard of. And that's when I knew I was old. I was like, who?
I mean, who the fuck?
Hey, his song, I like his song, though.
What's one of his songs?
I couldn't tell you what his song was.
Not one.
What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. Hey, I tried to get. I couldn't think yet, but I'm an old nigga too. That's all. That's all.
Dooch's silent laugh cracks me up every time.
Hey, that's what made me stop. I was like, oh shit.
Because you can't hear it. You don't hear the payout. Dude, you got to unmute yourself when you laugh, fam. That's the new rule. You got to unmute yourself when you laugh. But after the picture popped up, Jack was like, oh, actually, that's an old picture. I was just reminiscing.
Kudos to him.
What?
Because
I miss my bro.
Yeah, I miss my fam. My bad.
He tried to. Hey, that was a good.
No strip club. Not no time. That is gonna be empty like that.
That was not no good lie. Lou Will had on an NBA face mask that he clearly got in Orlando, fam.
Hey, but okay. In his defense, he did say in multiple interviews that he loves getting the food there.
That is very true.
Maybe he's just coming. He was like, hey, "Let me go grab some wings real quick." And they was, he was like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm grabbing food. I ain't here for titties."
Hey, that's fair. Fire. That's what he said, but he still got hit with a 10-day quarantine, which I think was fair. Yeah. And let me say, I don't have a problem with him going somewhere to get food.
Yeah.
When I saw the picture of him without a mask on, that's when I was like, I have a problem. Like, dog, come on, man. Like, at the very least, wear a mask. Like, what you want. You in a whole bubble.
Don't
like
everything, bro.
At least wear your mask. But I don't know if this story would be as big if it was at Magic City Wings.
Hey, but
I'll try these wings now.
Hey, somebody posted their wings. They did look fine.
Those wings
did. It was like that shit looked good.
Hey, what? I was like, shit. I'll slide through them.
We gotta take a trip down to Atlanta.
We're supposed to go to Atlanta this summer, but
hey, I'm here for the chicken.
Hey, we gotta go drive and get the chicken.
I'm here for the breast, the legs, and the wings.
I want it all. Try them out.
But yeah. What did y'all think about this whole situation? Like, do y'all think this is the news coverage is getting a big deal? Like, I think we can all agree that he deserves to be in a 10-day quarantine.
Correct. But
do you think this story, would be as big if it wasn't Magic City?
I think it would be bigger if he went to some hole in the wall strip club too. Uncle Roscoe's strip joint. Like, damn, he wanted to get chicken from there? Yeah, I think they'd be even madder about that. They're like, damn, you went over there to the small joint, you couldn't get to Magic City. Magic City got the shit.
That's not what I meant, Tim. I meant
I think that it being Magic City gives him plausible deniability, like to refute Tim's point. Like, people actually do go to Magic City for their food. The thing is, like, you got recorded being there. It looks like you just kicking it. Like, you can't just say like, oh, I came and got takeout from BW3s or something. Like, there's a chance that you were just hanging out there. So I don't think that it would be that big of a deal if he went to a place specifically for food, got it to go, and bounced. Like, he here taking pictures with rappers, like
kicking it.
Altogether, it's just it's a bad look regardless of like what reality was. And I think that it sends the right message for the NBA to then like lock him down when he comes back, because it's like you can't just like bounce out the bubble with an excuse and then just do whatever the fuck you want for the time that you're away and then come back and think that you're just gonna hop right back into it.
Mm-hmm.
Needed blown all up, got our name looking all bad and shit.
Yeah, and he was taking tests the whole time he was away or whatever. And he was there like I said, it was an excused absence from the bubble. He was like attending a funeral, for a close family friend, the father of a close family friend. But yeah, that was a bad look. Kendrick Perkins actually wrote that it was disturbing when a rookie like Zion Williamson acts more mature than a veteran on Twitter, which was a retweet of him actually saying those words on Get Up. Lou Will responded, 15 years in this business, and this is the most dirt you have on my name is stopping to get hot wings during the pandemic. Perk, shut up and stop laughing and saying it's just for TV when you run into me.
I catch in traffic.
Perk is moving like a sucker, though. Like, this entire year, like, he does a lot of shit for clout on TV or on social, where like he knows these dudes in real life. Like, don't move, like, make sure that you move and keep that same energy. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, move in public the way you do in private. Don't be out here faking the font.
Okay.
Out here fighting with Ryan Hollis, trying to see who the most annoying broadcaster is.
Ryan's still winning. As we mentioned earlier, the NFL's Player Association, they clearly, they agreed to a plan. So training camp is going on. It opened up today as we record. So players are going to get that first test. Just some key points from what they all agreed to. The NFL hired BioReference Laboratories to handle all of their testing. That is the same company that does tests for the NBA and the MLS. And they've been assured of getting results within 24 hours. Any revenue that they might lose over the season will be spread out over the next 4 years. There is going to be a fund established to pay back benefits that were eliminated as a result of the virus up to 2023. And as well, they'll pay back any lost guaranteed money to players. And a key point here is that the NFL players that are considered high risk to COVID, they can earn $350,000 in an accrued NFL season if they choose to opt out for this season. Players without risk can also opt out, but they will earn only $150,000. With that being said, players across the league are opted out like
wildfire.
Yeah, it's spreading. The Patriots have the most players at the moment that have opted out: Patrick Chung, Dante Hightower, Brandon Bolden, Marcus Cannon, Danny Vitale, Najee Toran. Like they lost some heavy hitters here. Like let me see how many teams this
they
is.
Lost starting tackles, starting safety, starting linebacker. They probably gonna lose. They might lose a corner because we'll see.
Eddie Goldman on the Bears, who's like the driving force of y'all whole defensive line. He said he was opting out.
Yeah,
like it's.
Andre Smith is a big one for the Ravens because he starting tackle.
Yeah. And like, this is not me being hoping the season fails or anything like that, but I have a very hard time seeing how the NFL finishes the season. And with that being said, thinking about they're down, like the Packers don't have Devin Funchess. Like, it's hard for me to think about that because I'm like, are y'all even going to play a game?
Yeah.
Like, any player, in my opinion, that's opting out, like, salute to you. Like, I understand. Like, do what's best for your family and you. It's people online. I've been seeing them online trying to shame players for opting out. Like,
Canal.
It don't make sense. Like, they got to take care of themselves. We are a player-friendly pod. Take care of yourselves and do what Marshawn said. Protect your chickens. Take care of your chickens. Take care of your mentals. Take care of yourselves.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that.
Eric, can I
wait it out?
Oh my! All right, cool. Eric, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure, shoot.
What do we on this podcast refer to the football team in Washington as?
The Washington football team.
Guess what? That is the name of the team for the season.
They be stealing, man. They be listening.
Back 2017, Eric was on the show and he said, I don't even feel right saying the name of that team. We ain't going to say the name of that team. We just going to say the Washington football team. And we've said it so much that when I saw this was the name, it was natural. Like I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like the Washington football team.
But can I be honest? Like I hate to give them credit for anything, but I kind of like it. Like especially like with the branding, like the uniforms and stuff. Like it's actually pretty clean.
Yeah,
like removing all the insignia and stuff like that. Like they have the helmets with their numbers on it. Like everything is just like it's still the same color scheme and everything. Like it's just kind of removing the obvious references to Native Americans. So
I feel like it's a cleaner, more team oriented feel too. Like instead of us being about this shield or this logo or this brand is the Washington football team. And that's going to be our brand. We're here for them. We're here to entertain them and we're here to take care of business. You just got to change owners and then everybody will believe all that shit.
And I think that people get hung up because they're so used to like American sports. But if you think about it, like Barcelona is the Barcelona Football Club. Like, other places, like this is normal. It's just the name of your city and then what you are. So like you don't need like a mascot or a logo necessarily. Like I saw LeBron tweeting, he's like, I woke up from my nap and what is this Washington football team nonsense? It's like, open your mind up. Just be open-minded to other things like what you're used to.
Meanwhile, they oversee silly Americans.
While you playing for a team that's named after lakes in a state that doesn't have a bunch of that isn't known for your lakes. You know what I mean? Like
they really should love that name in Minnesota.
Sure.
Hey.
They don't change the history of the franchise. It's just a name.
Right. I mean, the Minnesota football team. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Honestly, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I watch soccer too, though. So,
Milwaukee Basketball Club.
I would be fine with that. We ain't gotta have nicknames. We can just
give us a dope scheme. Give us a dope scheme.
Because the cool thing about Washington is like now, like all over their jerseys, it just says Washington. So like if I'm from DC, like I'd be like, yeah, give me Washington across my chest.
That's a fact.
Like I would actually be proud to wear that as opposed to like a Native American mascot
that they had on Twitter. I was like, oh, or was it? I don't know what was it, Twitter or I think it was Twitter. But they had a skull cap that they showed, and it's like I would cop that shit.
It was Twitter because I was like, I could see you wearing it. Like when I saw the cap, I was like, I have a whole fit in my head that Tim could pull off with that hat. Don't let me forget to tell you when you order that hat what the fit is.
For sure.
Madden comes out in a month, well, under a month at this point, and they said they're going to actually remove all the old team name and logo and whatnot. It's going to be a day one update to the game. Now, they said there might be some still left on launch day, but they're working quickly and it will not be part of the game. So that's kind of cool.
Man.
Let's get into some transactions. Tim, we're gonna start with the big guns anyways. Let's do NFL first.
All right. Biggest trade. The New York Jets trade Jamal Adams and the Jets' 4th round pick in 2022 to the Seattle Seahawks in exchange for Bradley McDougall. 1st round pick in 2021, 3rd round pick in 2021, and a 1st round pick in 2022. That was a monster.
2 firsts.
2 firsts, a 3rd.
Wow.
Instant reaction. Do you think that any team lost this trade?
No.
No. Yeah, no. No losses here.
Why you say that?
Because, I mean, Seattle basically is, without Russell Wilson, like, what are they? So with these picks, they can actually start the rebuilding process around Russell right now.
The picks went the other way.
That's a bail.
Oh, it went the other way?
Yeah, the picks went to the Jets.
Oh, shit. Okay.
They got Jamal Adams.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Let me pick up the ball for you. I think that Seattle is in title contention mode, so they need as many right now players as possible. And adding an all-pro, probably future Hall of Fame safety is a smart move at this point. Because you all in, like you just cashed Russell out, like you need to amass as much talent as possible. Whereas the Jets, they're in full rebuild mode. So for future picks, like that benefits them more than it would Seattle. I don't think they need to be in the business of giving up young talent, but when you have an alienating coach like Adam Gase, like you need to get problem characters out. Well, not problem, but like characters that are going to clash with your head coach out of there before it infects the rest of the team.
One thing that's really interesting, a lot of people said they wouldn't trade 2 firsts for Adams. Like, that's too much. And I was like, I can understand that. But to Eric's point, like, you have to do that now. Like, you got the window. Go for it. And also, Seattle's going to be pretty good. If this season finishes out, the draft pick is probably going to be in the low 20s anyways. Like, Seattle's going to be good. So they're probably going to be good next year as well. That being said, like, they're too low first rounders. Like, I'm not trying to devalue it, but it's not the same as
a top 5 pick.
Exactly. So it's a little bit low risk, and why not? Like, you don't know what this pandemic is going to do anyways. Who knows what the 2021 draft will look like? How much scouting they'll be able to do. This could be a terrible draft, but you got Jamal Adams.
I mean, if you think about it, if they don't have a college season, you got to go off of 2 years, tape from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of an unknown. You got to hope that they still stay in shape and things like that. But for the Jamal Adams Jets trade, immediately I was like, holy shit, the Seahawks are scary. They scary as hell because they weren't bad last year at all. Their defense was pretty good last year too. So they're just reconstructing another scary fucking defense. And I'm like, dude, he could be in the box. So he out here blitzing quarterbacks. He out here making tackles behind the line of scrimmage. He can cover because he out here playing across the middle like he a linebacker, but he also a safety that can go ahead and track the wide receiver down. And he hit hard as a bitch. Like, Jamal Adams is an all-pro safety in his second year. This is going on year number 3. So the Seahawks get him on a rookie contract, which he agreed to keep playing on. So they save a shit ton of cash deal. So they still got money to sign somebody else. And then they don't have to extend him until either next year or the year after because he still got 5 years on that rookie deal. But you did just trade, like you said, low first-round picks and a third for someone who was an all-pro in their second season. Mm-hmm. The only issue that you may run across, though, is that you're changing defensive coordinators. You don't know if this actually going to work out.
I would you always got to undercut your whole
right.
I gotta get both sides now.
Do you though? No, I have a question for y'all. As football watchers, like, how do you feel about an organization choosing their head coach who hasn't proven anything over their second year all-pro safety and their big high-price running back? Because Le'Veon ain't happy there either.
Yeah, I don't really understand it. I don't understand it at all.
They act like they got Belichick over there. Like,
right.
Jets organization has been doing goofy shit. Gase got hired after they drafted the team.
Actually, now that I remember,
GM.
They fired their GM over him too.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. He drafted the damn team.
He must got pictures of the owner.
We got something on somebody. Something on somebody, bro. Because they ain't no way in hell y'all keep letting this goofy shit happen. Like, no, bro. No, he got something on somebody.
And he got them weird. He got them weird eyes too.
Cocaine eyes.
He's a little shifty.
Allegedly.
Hey, we seen the interview. Everybody seen the interview. Looking at them butterflies.
All right, keep us going, Tim. What else been going on, fam?
Kansas City agreed to terms on a 1-year contract with veteran offensive lineman Kalichi Asamale. He's actually still pretty good. So that was a good pickup because they're starting left guard. We talked about last week, the doctor. He sitting out for the season for COVID. So that was a nice pickup for them. The Chicago Bears have traded tight end Adam Shaheen to the Miami Dolphins for a late round conditional draft pick.
Can I just say real quick? Ken, y'all GM is terrible.
He is. Yo, we have 100 tight ends on our team.
Well,
we got 50 tight ends, bro.
Like now you got 49 because you just
right.
No, I didn't realize he was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
Trash.
Like it's rough. It's rough being a Bears fan. I'm not gonna lie. From our quarterback to our upper management is just.
Was that last week that you were saying Super Bowl or playoffs or whatever the hell you said?
He said some bullshit.
Still playoffs.
He can be disappointed and still think that his team gonna be hard.
Don't think it's sweet.
Damn, you sound like a Cowboys fan, bro.
Knicks fan.
No, Knicks fan.
It's our year. How's it y'all year? Y'all barely okay. Well, with that trade, y'all now have 7 tight ends.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has 7 tight ends, bro? Why did y'all have 9? Y'all had 1 million. I think y'all had 11 at some point or 13.
Didn't they pick one in the first round this year?
And one of them is Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And signed Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. And then got to the tight end right after.
Yeah.
I got a tight end thing over there.
Yeah, I got
pause
shit going on.
Jesus.
Oh, y'all wild. The Minnesota Vikings and head coach Mike Zimmer signed a 3-year contract extension. Zimmer's extension placed him under contract with the team through 2023. On a conference call to address the 3-year extension, Zimmer said that running back Dalvin Cook will show up to training camp on Tuesday when veterans are set to report. Cook's agent, Zach Hiller, said the conversation never happened. First, congrats to Coach Zimmer on his well-earned extension, Hiller told ESPN's Adam Schefter. And however, Dalvin has not spoken to him in regards to reporting to camp. We are unsure why this was said. I hope Dalvin can continue to play a major role in the Vikings' future success.
How you just go lie for no reason?
Just flat out. Yeah, we talked to him.
Like, there was no purpose of you lying, sir.
Like, you do know I'm going to tell them, no, I didn't talk to you, right? Like, you just...
But he was listening to like, well, I didn't even talk to that nigga.
Oh, that'd be wild. But that's like some shit. Yeah, that's like somebody said that shit to you. You'd be like, oh, yeah, I heard you was talking to so-and-so. Who? I wasn't talking to nobody the other day, but say la vie. My eyes gonna lie.
Lies gonna lie.
NFL injuries. Washington quarterback Alex Smith, who suffered a devastating tibia and fibula fracture in 2018, which sucked because that actually tied into that whole text message thing that was going on between Gruden and DJ Swearinger. It was a whole rabbit hole of shit where it was Gruden was talking about Swearinger had a bad game. Gruden was like, all right, you want to fuck around, then we're going to play. And he was like, what you talking about? And I guess that led down another rabbit hole for it was a whole bunch of shit where he ended up sitting the tackle that ended up having to be replaced by a guy who blew the block that got Alex Smith hurt. It was a crazy shit. I got to find that for you. I'll send that to you. But 36-year-old Alex Smith, who contract runs through 2022, acknowledged that this is just the first step, albeit a critical one in the process of trying to return to football.
I wish there was something I loved as much. Well, not like my family, but I wish there was a job that I loved as much as Alex Smith loves playing football. Because if I almost lose my leg doing anything, I'm never doing that thing again.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I think he's still. Is he a free agent? I think he's a free agent now, or is he still under Kansas City? I thought he stayed with, like Kansas City allowed, like they did something for him. Was it Washington?
He played Washington.
Okay. So with they agreed to keep him under their facility in order for him to help him rehab when that happened. I think something like that. But is he still on the actual team? I can't remember if he was a free agent.
I have no idea. You asked the question, nigga.
Anywho, NBA transactions. The New York Knicks and Tom Thibodeau are finalizing a 5-year deal to make him the franchise's next coach. New York was 21-45 this season, missing the playoffs for the 7th straight year. Thibodeau is the 11th in career winning percentage for coaches with 500 or more games. He has a 352 and 246 win-loss record, or 58% record in 8 seasons with Minnesota and Chicago. Thibodeau, 62, comes to the Knicks after a tumultuous 2+ seasons with the Timberwolves that include the franchise's first playoff berth in 14 years and an unraveling centered on All-Star Jimmy Butler's trade demand that led to Thibodeau's dismissal as president and coach in 2019.
Yeah. Tips to New York.
I love it when like stuff becomes apparent after the fact. So like, I want to say a day or two before they hired Tibbs, it was released in the New York media that Jason Kidd was now the front runner for the job. And it's very obvious that was just like a leverage play, like to get Tibbs to agree to their contract. Because all along, like it's been Tibbs to New York, Tibbs to New York. And part of that's because his old agency is now running the Knicks. So it's an obvious connection there. But you know, they put the squeeze on them and they got them to agree to what they wanted.
Is this good for New York? Like, should New York Knicks fans be happy that they now got Thibodeau in charge? Now, he's most likely going to have a top 10 player on his team, given the Knicks record. He's never been really friendly to rookies, but he's also never had one as a top 10 pick that he drafted. So who knows?
As others have highlighted, like the young players on the Knicks and their incoming draft pick need to run for the hills because that man is about to run them into the ground if they get playing time.
That's a fact.
Speaking of which, so David West actually had tweeted, man, how many times can you fail up as a black head coach? I feel for the young players whose development will stagnate, but they will be blamed for not working hard. And how many opportunities has Mark Jackson gotten? Patrick Ewing got a shot at NBA job yet? Or I missed that. Ty Lue been given another shot at leading the team. So West is one of those players who absolutely opposes Tom Thibodeau with a young squad. Because, I mean, you still got RJ Barrett from last year, too. So that he'll have, in essence, 2 top 5, 10 picks.
Mitchell Robinson.
I was a Mitchell. That's who I'm most worried about.
So, would it be the Kid effect? You thinking? Is he like the Kid effect when he was on the Bucks? Like,
what's the Kid effect?
Kid developed, but he worked.
You mean the Mark Jackson effect?
What's the Mark Jackson effect? What's that one?
I think what you're about to talk about, like he develops the star, gets him to a certain point, but he might not be like the long-term option.
Or more so, he was. A lot of people were saying that him and Jabari was having issues because he was like beating down on some of the younger players. They say he was tough on Giannis, like he was just tougher on the younger players. So Thibodeau pretty much got the same rep as being really hard and tough on younger players. Is what I was getting at.
Oh, Jason Kidd was just a dick. Period. That wasn't an age thing. That was not an age thing.
Yeah,
that was a talent thing.
By the end of it, like Giannis was pretty much the only player that had like a positive relationship. And part of that is because Kid knew, well, one, Giannis likes getting coached hard, but 2, Kid knew where his bread was buttered. So he didn't give a fuck about the rest of them. He's like, hey, Giannis likes me, so fuck y'all.
Yeah, he was just a dick. I hope he's been better in LA because we haven't heard not a word about him. So
ain't nobody coaching over there. LeBron coaching.
Hey, bro,
ain't nobody got a coach in LA.
Hey, we have a well-oiled machine over here, sir. A well-oiled machine.
Oh, did you watch?
The best thing you can say about Jason Kidd as an assistant coach is you haven't heard anything about Jason Kidd, the assistant coach. So
yeah,
he's at least staying in line with what the organization wants to do.
I think Mark Jackson had tweeted recently too, say he couldn't wait to get back to coaching again.
He been wanting a job since he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't blame him either.
Yeah. He would have been good for the Knicks.
Who?
Mark Jackson.
With a young team, Mark Jackson, he'd be really.
Think he could do it again?
Yeah, I definitely think he still got it in him.
That's a very popular view. Very popular.
NBA injury news. Indiana's Domantas Sabonis has a significant foot injury and has left the Orlando bubble to seek treatment from a specialist. Sabonis, who has been attempting to play through the injury, hopes to eventually rejoin the team in Orlando, but he could miss the rest of the season.
That'd be a big blow to Indiana's chances. He is their best player, so.
Oladipo did play in, I think, their latest scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
he
is
still
he
hasn't
officially
played.
in?
He hasn't said whether he'll play or not. Like once.
Well, he has until Thursday.
Seeding game start.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I
bet you he's still trying to see, like, am I going to get paid or not? That's ultimately what it's going to come down to.
Well, best of luck to Sabonis in your recovery, sir. MLB transactions. Washington Nationals catcher Trey Barrera receives an 80-game suspension without pay after testing positive for an anabolic steroid. He apparently took the performance-enhancing substance DHCMT, the chemical compound used in drug fuel Olympic athletes in the former East Germany decades ago.
Man, this man taking horse tranquilizers. Like,
Who's shooting with these shits?
Like, East Germany hasn't existed in the last 30 years. Like, if that's the same shit you taking, like,
that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's very unrefined.
Prehistoric PEDs.
Who found this for you?
Probably like, they probably ain't testing for this no more.
Right. That's probably exactly what he thought.
We're going to turn into an X-Men and shit.
Right. He's going to be green.
Well, he'll be doing that at the crib for 80 games. So, MLB injuries. Houston Astros pitcher Justin Verlander out a couple weeks with the elbow injury. Now, when it happened initially, they was like, oh, he done for the season. He ain't going to be able to play no more. And then Verlander came back like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody said that. Like, it's a couple weeks.
Nah, he just ducking all them people that's going to tee off on his ass.
Now, let me ask y'all a question. This is Build a Show real quick. Do y'all want the radio segment to come now? I'll tell you now. It's Roy Jones. Before we talk about this fight or after we talk about this fight? Now, this is a repeat. We knocking niggas out with Roy Jones and Mike Jones. We was talking about Mike Jones earlier, so that's the song we're going to play this week.
Play it now.
Yeah. Go with the radio now? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to the radio. Ken, would you tell the people who are unfamiliar with the radio what this segment is?
This is the radio segment where we play a song that is sport adjacent. Either written, composed, performed, produced by someone in the sports realm. Tim is our DJ. DJ, give it to me.
Give it to me.
This is our backstage production meeting.
There it is. So as I said, this week's song is Roy Jones and Mike Jones, Knockin Niggaz Out.
Knockin Niggaz Out.
Now, if you don't remember, the song literally starts immediately. So there is like no room to talk over it. Because the bars just start.
There's no decision to make, Tim.
There's no decision.
No. I was looking for the name of the song. Is it Knockin Niggaz Out?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mike Jones and Roy Jones, Knockin Niggaz Out. Okay. All right. So let us know when you're ready to go on air, Tim.
I'm good.
Ken, would you count us down?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
WTECK Radio 69.9 FM, where 69 is fine.
WTECK Radio 69.9, where 69 is fine. It's DJ Mr. Give It To Me. We got Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Jones knocking niggas out.
Blind in the world, cause I was day to day grinding on my blow up. I told you, think I'm lying, I'ma show you. From Houston to Pensacola,
Mike Jones, man.
Carry hard.
From window spinners crawling, I hop off butter, press a button, my screen's falling. I'm dogging competition, ain't tripping, I'm on the grind. While you dudes talking down, I'm grinding so I can shine. Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones. They came to Florida to put it down with Roy Jones. Switch the house and body head, turning head, shaking fast. Pistol packing and jacking anybody for some bread. Yeah, I'm Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. Jones when the odds ain't hot. I hit the block with my rocks. I'm in Rock Jones' corner while he knocking the mine. I keep it real. I shine with my platinum grill. I pull up in the.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Mike sets the bar really high for Roy Jones.
You know. When you need to be on your grind, trying to put it down. I'm trying to help you out before you get left out. I know you mad when I pull up and slap and step out looking good. 80 glass, leather, wood. Get it while it's good. Mike Jones.
Roy Jones, knocking niggas out in the ring and up on the microphone.
It's Roy Jones, they call me the one-hitter quitter, cause when I get up in the ring, I'm knocking out.
It was hot as a bitch, bro.
You know we ain't tripping, our two-piece dudes for a living, and I ain't talking about chicken. Mike Jones running the ring.
Roy got his shit off.
I'm reducing heavyweight and people said I was small, but when my opponents fall, who be the one standing tall? Roy Jones, who? Roy Jones, who? Roy Jones, who? Roy Jones, y'all never forgot. I be the one busting heads. Niggas talk a lot of noise, but yo, they must be scared.
Roy Jones, knocking niggas out in the ring and up on the microphone.
You remember that song?
I love this song. I am still so shocked that y'all had never heard this before.
Switch your house, buddy head. We bout them Joneses, nigga. We ain't never scared, huh? Come on, nah, come on,
Well, clearly,
Mike Jones.
he really ain't never scared because this nigga really is gonna fight Mike Tyson.
He got to come out to this then.
What if he come out with Mike Jones performing his entrance music?
Oh, nigga, that's too lit.
That'd be the most 2006 shit I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, this match is kind of 2006-ish.
That's generous for Mike Tyson.
I'm scared for Roy, bro. I really am. And
So
I've been
wait.
watching interviews.
Wait, let's set the scene for people in case they might not have heard. It could be possible.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are going to fight each other in the exhibition bout on September 12th. 8 rounds, no headgear, possibly slight.
They're having headgear.
Oh, they added headgear in now?
Yeah, they're going to have it. Because Roy Jones was talking about it today. But we can finish.
I wonder who asked for that. Whoever did was a very smart person.
He said he don't want it. He was like, I'm telling you right now, because he's on first take. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't want it. If it's up to me, we take him off. I'm like, no, you don't want that.
He don't want that.
But no.
Right.
But yeah, they're even going to have a 10-part docuseries leading up to the fight. It's going to be on Triller.
Okay.
As well as, so that's going to be kind of tight. This fight is actually tied to Mike Tyson's new league that he actually launched called Legends Only. So his gimmick is that they're going to train vets, from different sports and help them get back into professional form.
Oh, that's dope.
It could be kind of fun to watch. It could be kind of sad. I really don't know. I really don't know. But Mike Jones. I said Mike Jones. He's definitely not fighting Mike Tyson.
Who?
Roy Jones. Who? You gotta do his who the right way. Who? Who?
This who British and shit.
Who? He's fighting Tyson. So who y'all got, Tyson or Jones?
I got Tyson, man. Watching them videos of Tyson looks scary as fuck, yo. Like, there's no way I want to be in the ring with this man, not even 5 seconds.
But you'll smoke with a nigga. I kept telling y'all motherfuckers. I'm telling you niggas, he crazy. I'm like, no.
You think he just gonna start smoking and we smoking in the middle of smoking, he just gonna get up and just whoop my ass?
Bro. Yeah, I do believe so. Believe that could happen.
Yeah. He just go uppercut me and shit, nigga. No, that's what's up.
Like, damn.
I'm like, damn, Mike, why you do me like that?
Yeah, he acting like that shit.
Why you do me like that, Mike?
Sleep.
Like, this escalated quickly. We was just trying to smoke, fam. I don't know where the uppercut came from.
And I caught a 2-piece and it wasn't kicking.
But yeah.
Yeah, I go with Tyson too. Two-piece dudes for a living. I ain't talking about chicken. I'm Roy Jones. I'm sorry.
Hey, it works. It works.
Oh man, that is so funny. I really love that song. I need to make that clear. Like that, I love that song. But the Who's are funny, fam. They're funny.
I get in their primes that they were in different weight classes for the most part. But I feel like people sleeping on Roy Jones. Like he's younger, and like there was a time where he was pound for pound the best boxer on the planet. So,
and he switched like 4 different weight classes. He went from middleweight to.
I think he even fought at heavyweight at some point.
Yeah. That's what he said in the song, fam. Y'all ain't hear him? He said when he was a heavyweight, he made it to post. I'm sorry, but no,
citing that song like it's scripture. Like
I love that song, man. But no,
verse 3, like
it's only 2 verses. But yeah, I feel you. The thing with Roy Jones though is that he was built off of speed more than anything else. Like he had a little pop behind him, but he was quick. Yeah. Tyson was always power, and as you age,
you get stronger, but you don't get quicker.
Yeah. So I don't know how quick Roy gonna be able to move out the way because Tyson's hands are.
But still, the ropes before he turned into another Mike Tyson training video. We're getting all the body shots, headshot. Like, nah, bro. He said it himself. He said it himself. Shit, if you go and find the Roy Jones interviews that he's been doing lately, he's carefully trying not to say anything negative about Mike. And
I wouldn't either.
I don't blame him.
It sounds like it's a business venture between the two of them, so I don't think that there is animosity between the two. Yeah.
Everybody keeps asking. So, like Max asked him today, he was like, how hard are y'all going to go? Like, are y'all going to full throttle, this, that, and the third? And he was just like, well, the plan is for, I can make it entertaining, and I can shake me a little, I can do a little jig, stuff like that. I can entertain it. He's like, but Mike, he only know one gear. He's like, he only know one. So he's like, I'm gonna go in there. He was like, and even though we supposed to be making it entertaining, he was like, you may give Mike a 1-2 combo that he don't like. Next thing you know, he was like, treat Mike like a puppy. Like, you could play with him and stuff like that, but then they switch up on you and they just start attacking you out of nowhere because they don't know the difference. They just only know just to keep going. And he was like, and Mike, he's like, if I hit him the wrong way, he don't like that shit. It's a wrap. He was like, so I'm going there preparing to fight Mike Tyson. I was like, I don't blame you.
That was one thing I thought of, like when this got announced, though, is like we played that clip probably like a year ago where he was talking about like the mentality of him as a boxer and like how it made him, like how it fucked him up mentally, like how he felt like I don't remember what he said verbatim, but like it was real powerful, like that he just felt like this caged animal and he feels better now, but he, like. I just don't want him to snap back into that type of mentality when it so clearly took a toll on him.
Right. And he's doing so well now. Like it looks like he's doing well now. Yeah. Another fight that's going to be on that card is YouTube star Jake Paul and former NBA player Nate Robinson. So I don't even know why this is a thing, but I didn't even like. I was like. Yeah, I don't.
I have no idea. But
Jake Paul's that dude who was eating Reese's peanut butter puffs out of them real expensive shoes. I don't know if y'all saw that video.
He's a YouTuber that kicked off YouTube.
Yeah,
and then turned into a boxer and beat up. I think he only knocked out one other YouTuber.
Oh, he be in YouTube fights.
He had a YouTube boxing match, and now his second fight going to be against Nate Robinson. Like, okay.
I would expect Nate to win that handedly. I'm just going to say that right now.
I don't know. One's fought professionally before, another hasn't, and it ain't Nate. So
I hear you, but I said what I said. I got to go. Nate, don't let us down, fam.
I mean, I'm rooting for Nate. I'm just saying, like,
Man, you go out there and get the ass whoop. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would be sad.
Nate.
Oh, yeah, that's all you can do. Is check in here.
So we've known since 2018 that Seattle was going to get a new hockey team. They're going to be the NHL's 32nd franchise. But we did not know until Thursday of last week the name of the team, what the logo was going to look like, or what them colors was going to be.
Yeah.
But now we do know the Seattle Kraken.
Right.
Release the Kraken. Mm-hmm.
So, is the jerseys cracking or not? What do y'all think? The colors are like this icy blue. That's like the primary splash color. Then you got like this real dark navy blue, and then got a pop of red.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the eye of the logo.
Yeah, they don't.
Or the red's like an eye in the logo is what I'm trying to say. So, first of all, team name. Y'all like it or not? Timmy, you're muted.
Oh, you talking somewhere else?
No, I like it. It's different. Like a Kraken is like a legendary sea monster, so I don't know, water, ice, it kind of fits. I guess.
Seattle, rainy, you know, they got all the water around them.
Right.
You F with it, Ken?
Yeah, them jerseys cold. The jerseys, I feel like the name fit. I don't know, it'd be dope. If I'm looking for a team, I might, be like, yo, I'm gonna rock with this squad. But, it's Chicago all day.
Yuck.
I like them, though.
Well, they also probably need to change their logo, but
like this?
No, he was talking about Chicago's hockey team.
Yeah, I actually fuck with this logo, the color scheme, and everything like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's cool.
It's dope as a motherfucker. I've seen a lot of they fans I've seen a lot of people on Twitter. I say it's like, nah, this shit trash. I don't like it. I'm like, it makes sense. It looks good.
You always just find the negativity because like most of them is overwhelmingly positive.
I go into comments.
That's your problem.
Yeah, you be finding the one-offs and thinking that's the law.
That's like LeBron finding the one person that called him old over the that called him washed. I'm sorry, he is old.
Matter of fact, LeBron.
It was several.
LeBron, someone get LeBron James for me. He needs to hear me real quick. LeBron,
Stephen A. We know you got the line. We know you listen.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, LeBron. You ain't never a day in your life wanted to have gray in your beard. Never. You probably been dyeing your beard for the last 3 or 4 years, for all we know.
And his hair.
Yeah, you've been doing all the stuff with your hair, which, hey, your decision, man. I respect that. Whatever you want to do is cool. But what's not cool is this image you try. I know what you're doing. You tricky.
You think you're slick.
You got the gray in your beard because you want to keep reminding people that you're old.
The nigga is old. Why? How you can't help that he got gray?
That's his whole MVP case is I'm old.
Yeah, like literally, like I'm 35 and doing this, which, as we said, impressive. Let's not get that wrong. But the MVP is not about the narrative; it's about what you're doing on the court.
And the thing is, like 35 is old, but it's not like almost all the greats of NBA history have still been good at 35. Have still been great at 35. Like Jordan won his last title, I think, after the age of 35. Like, people still cold at that point. It's not like you're 40. Like, if you're still doing this at 40, then yes, like, super props. But it's not unheard of for you to still be the best player or nearly the best player in the league at 35 years old.
Yeah, he has a lot of miles on his body, too, though.
He does. But again, like, I'm just saying, like, it's not unprecedented. Like, Kobe was still, until he got hurt, was still cold in his mid to late 30s.
Hey, bro, he was always cold. He never had off. Never was not cold.
Never had off day?
You never.
I don't even fuck with him, but Karl Malone was still cold until that last year with the Lakers. Like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was still, like, winning championships in his mid-30s. John Stockton, Jason Kidd, he had lost a couple steps, but he was still getting it done in his mid-30s.
How old was Shaq?
Shaq got fat, though.
Yeah.
And he stopped caring.
He was getting turf toe, all types of shit.
No, the year that he was with Miami. When he like 34, 35?
I think he was early 30s at that point.
05.
Oh,
because he was drafted in, 93? 92?
Let's see.
Ooh, so okay, cool. Let's talk about some social justice statements. So,
sorry, I found it. So Shaq was born in 72, so if that was 2005, he was 33.
Yeah, early 30s. That first year in Miami, he was 33 then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember. So you wanted
the championship.
Yeah.
Okay. Players in the NBA, WNBA, and MLB have continued to make statements for social injustices. So in the NBA, you had guys like LeBron, speaking of, Tobias Harris, Paul George, and many others who were using their post-practice conferences as a time to bring attention back to Breonna Taylor. In the WNBA, the Storm and Liberty players, they went to the locker room prior to the playing of the national anthem, not during, before it started to play. They actually said that they felt like kneeling has kind of gotten like the sense that like it's not the same no more. Like it's kind of gotten a little watered down.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah. So they were like they wanted something that was a little bit more powerful. So they said we're gonna walk off. In addition to that, they also had 26 seconds of silence in tribute to Breonna Taylor. And as you guys know, they have her name on the back of her jersey, back of their jersey. So MLB players have even been kneeling during national anthems, either individually, like a couple guys on a few teams, or you've seen entire teams kneeling. Like the Nationals kneel, the Yankees kneel, the Dodgers kneel, the Giants kneel all together. And when I was watching the Brewers and Cup game, I was surprised because they had a whole Black Lives Matter decal on the mound. And I was like, okay, MLB, I didn't. I said, where'd this come from? They had the little homie who sung that really powerful song, like, I'm a black man. I'm not going to sing it the way he do because, I can't sing. But the I Just Want to Live song, he was singing at the beginning of the Cubs Brewers game. And I was like, man, this is powerful. Then they did the national anthem. And I was like, different energy. Different energy, but okay, we're here. But yeah, how have y'all felt about how the players have been speaking out?
I think it's been dope that they've been, because a lot of the players' focus has been for the social injustice and inequalities, and their fear was that they would not be able to still express themselves. So they made sure before they came back that they were able to, and it's been dope that the organizations that they're a part of has allowed them and it kind of helped them express it even more. So I've enjoyed it. I liked it.
I always have immense respect for the WNBA because they always go hard. Like they're always at the forefront of injustice. Before this shit was cool, like now, like they put their money where their mouth is. Like they make way less money. You know what I mean? Like so, like it's actually going out further on a limb for them to, like be willing to stand up to, entrenched power structures. So. Definitely shout out to them. And I mean, like everybody is doing what they feel right. Like they're using their platforms to speak about things. So I just hope that everybody makes sure that they're educated on the things that they talk about. Because I've heard certain comments that are like, that's not exactly what happened, but
yeah,
I get where you're coming from and I respect it. But just make sure that you're educated on the things that you speak about.
Like there's a reason the NBA left books in the rooms of players. Like they were kind of like, we're building this around, Black Lives Matter, but we also want y'all to know what you're talking about. Like the most powerful words come from those who are educated upon which they're speaking on. So if you really want to have an impact in those post-game conferences, like have some details, have some facts, be ready to go. Like, because the more you know, the better you're able to talk on it. So keep educating yourselves. And that's not actually just for NBA players. Like that's literally all of us. Like whether you black, white, whatever you are.
You get
like
on Facebook sharing memes that are false. Like actually read up on what the fuck you're talking about.
Like I'm about to reread the new Jim Crow because it's been a while. Like I'm gonna just reread it. It's been a while. Anyways, it's been cool though. I've been enjoying it for sure. Were y'all surprised to see MLB step in though? Or did y'all expect them to say something?
I expect them to say something because everybody else is doing it. So, they don't want to they can't be the oddball out and not do anything. I'm not saying it's not genuine and all of that, but I feel like, the hand was dealt that they had to at least do something, because everybody else is doing it.
I agree with that. So, I want to
say like those. Sorry to cut you off, but like those orange the orange WNBA hoodies,
they cold.
Cold. Like if they won $60, I would have been ordering one.
I can order some Sparks gear. I was like, I'm for to dedicate myself to get some more, to direct the squad.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, the Sparks look good this weekend too.
I was geeked. They were balling.
Like they was hooping. They was really hooping.
Hell yeah.
Just want to send a subliminal out there. My birthday is next month. I wear a size large. Just putting that out there. Moving on. It ain't for y'all. It's for certain people listening. Moving on.
If you get more than one of those hoodies, just pass it on, brother. Pass it on. You kissing the mic, fam? What was that?
Kiss, man.
Anyways, so Dave Meltzer, he reported that AEW actually beat Raw and SmackDown for the first time ever in a demographic, despite having competition from NXT. With that being said, it wasn't by a lot, but the fact that they were able to do it, even though it was in one demo, is impressive. I mentioned last week how the WWE product really wasn't like doing it for me too much. And I saw an article with people who were like saying the exact same thing. So I was like, oh, it's not just me. Like, yeah, people are being like, this is losing something. Like, we need something different. Ratings have actually been on a decline for a few years now. I went back and checked. Wrestling had the spotlight during this pandemic because most other things were canceled. Like, we're now just getting back to NBA, MLB. NFL training camps are gearing up. With that being said, how do y'all think that's going to affect wrestling even further, given that they're not the only show in town anymore?
Oh, it's going to hurt them because it's not just the fact that, yeah, they've been declining slowly, but I feel like wrestling kind of needs a crowd.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was telling Sam, who was watching the other day, I was like, it'd be the wildest shit. We've been doing all of this during the pandemic, and they've been forcing the crowds to reactions and things like that for people who they feel should be heels or faces and things like that, or boo or clap whenever they feel like they need to. It'd be the wildest shit if somebody had been pushing this whole time, they get in front of a big ass crowd, crowds come back, and everybody say, fuck them, boo, no. And then you like, what the fuck happened? Like, Vince misreads the room a lot. So
I mean, he misreads the room when he has a live crowd. So
yeah,
the fact that he doesn't have that feedback.
Yeah, I think it's gonna really hurt him because they've been doing dumb shit. Like Mustafa Ali came back last week, and then they buried him yesterday. He been gone for like 6 months. They gave him all the and everything like that. Oh, big star coming back. Da, 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 da. He won last week, and then he got squash matched to Bobby Lashley yesterday.
I mean, it's been bad, man. I told you I couldn't watch like that pay-per-view, man. It was not good. They kept ruining stuff. A match would turn out, I'm like, okay, this is kind of interesting. And the ending would come in. I'm like, you just ruined everything.
But I'll be honest, I haven't watched us more than like maybe 30 seconds since Mania. So what do you guys feel the issue is with the product? Like, is it booking decision? Is it the lack of crowd? Is it like,
it's more so the creative decision making because, like I said, they bring back a big star and then squash them the next week. And then for a minute, we had this whole some dude randomly showing up. Tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. Where the fuck did he go? Do you remember that? He would pop up. He had a bunch of screens and he'd be like, truth. Like, it was literally all through WrestleMania shit. And he'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna come back and tell everybody the truth. Where the fuck dude go? Man, he just gone. Like, just gone. They never revealed who the motherfucker was. They never revealed who the truth or what the truth was or anything like that. Doing shit. Like, just poof, he disappeared. They do stuff like that. And then you have these young stars like Bianca and Shayna Baszler was gone for a while. For a minute. They come back. They instantly infuse life and fun into your product. So you should be pushing cats like that.
I mean, they had a whole Twitter campaign with Naomi. Like, they were tired of Naomi getting squashed.
Like, the decision making, like the creative decision making. Why is Aleister Black getting defended by Dominic? Why Aleister Black lose and getting his eye poked out, and then Dominic, Rey Mysterio's son, who's not even a wrestler, is the one that's supposed to save him? The fuck?
Now I'm gonna say this because Eric ain't watched wrestling in 6 months. He don't know who you talking about.
Man, I know who Dominic is, but yeah, I don't know like what storyline you're talking. Like, I have no idea.
The Rey Mysterio eye storyline is still going on.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess one other thing that I thought about is like a lot of stars have been out during this time. So is that
part of it too?
Okay.
It's a lot of different factors working against WWE right now. So they already weren't being that creative before COVID struck. Right. Like I was already kind of like on it. And then COVID struck. They got all these different things going on, and now, like, here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! Who got hurt?
I know.
Eric Gordon. So it says he hurt his left ankle, and he stayed down for quite a bit. He's getting up very slowly and not putting a lot of weight on the leg. So the first thing I saw was that Gordon was getting helped off the court very, very slowly, not putting a lot of weight on the leg. I was like, Gordon Hayward? But it's Eric Gordon. I mean, it still sucks, but Hayward obviously would have been like, damn again.
Yeah. That sucks. I hope that he's all right.
For sure.
But let's stay on WNBA. Let's stay on NBA. So the bubble scrimmages, as we record, are wrapping up, and the season starts on Thursday. Having seen some of these scrimmage games now, have your impressions on any of the teams in the bubble changed after seeing them?
I want to say
Lakers.
Yeah, I am. I'm way more confident now than I was before.
And what?
In them winning it all.
Why?
Just because I didn't know how well they're going to gel. I didn't know. I know it's just scrimmage, but JR was looking good. He was making, right decisions, and he basically had the green light. Just trying to see how everything was going to gel together. I was kind of nervous about, but I think we could be all right.
Yeah, AD looked good. He got poked in the eye, but they're
but
saying that
it's always something with that man. Goddamn, like.
They said he might not play on Thursday, but I really don't believe that. Like, I'm pretty sure Anthony Davis is going to be playing on Thursday. So,
yeah. I was solidified like Ken in my decision of rooting for our hometown squad because them boys hooping.
They disappointed me against the
same team,
the Pelicans, but. Like I was literally looking at this TV and I'm like, the rotations were so sloppy, and I was like, move, like I see, move. Why is he so open? Rotate, talk some more. I can't hear y'all. Talk. That does remind me though, Chris Paul. Wow, watching him play basketball in this environment is amazing.
That's what I said. This when we talked about LeBron, I was like, Chris Paul's still hooping.
Yeah.
But that just furthers like the year of Chris Paul appreciation. Like everybody, that's who the Wash King was. Like that's who everybody thought was done. But like between this, obviously, like the regular season play, and then what really solidified it for me was the All-Star game. Like the 10 best players on the planet that are healthy are playing in crunch time, and he is like the leader of a team with LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard on it. Like
he's a GOAT.
Yeah.
He was super important to like the ending of that game. Like he was like, directing traffic. Like he was getting in there, like taking charges and being up. Like him and Kyle Lowry gave me real appreciation for true point guards. Like that's something that I feel like has been lacking for a couple years now, as like the more athletic Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose types have kind of taken over. So, like for real, Chris Paul is a GOAT.
Because they always be cold. Will always be cold to be done. Cold.
NBA players are probably going to kneel on Thursday.
Yeah, that's much like the WNBA saying like it's kind of.
Hey, but that's going to be it's going to be a first for them. So, kudos to y'all. Portland looks good.
Oh, CJ McCollum and that damn step back was disgusting, my nigga.
That's one of those step backs where you you read the rules as carefully as you could because
the motherfucker wrapped that bit. Then he turned around that step. Nigga had the one pop.
Listen, it was beautiful footwork.
Fade away. The motherfucker just hit number net. I was a good guy. I was just disgusted the whole time watching.
Beautiful footwork, by the way, CJ McCollum.
Was that before or after he got Sprite?
That was after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was after. He had to make up for it. He got hung by the rim. He had to come back and do something.
I got to make the play of the week. Let me go ahead and be
present. He got to be.
Y'all ain't been have me on Shackton.
He got to be on Shackton and Top 10 for SportsCenter. He got to be on both. The MLB. So prior to their season kicking off last week, they announced that they're going to have an extended postseason right before the season started. By the way, y'all, we changing stuff. So they expanded the playoffs to 16 teams from 10. That's the first time they've changed the playoff format since 2012. All second place teams in all in the 6 divisions make the playoffs. The 7th and 8th seeds are still going to have the best. Wait, 7th and 8th seeds will be the best remaining records.
Correct.
Okay. First round will be a 3-game series. It's going to be played at the higher seed stadium. The rest of the postseason is going to be the normal length. So you get the 5 games in the LDS and then 7 in the LCS in the World Series. Right before. Switcheroo.
But they added more teams. So they're giving cats more opportunities. I always thought, I was like, well, damn, if you come in first place, cool, that's fine. But they don't give a damn if you come in second because you can miss out on the wild card. You got to hit the wild card if you come second in the division. So now it's just making sure that the top 2 teams in each division is going to be, you're there. And then whoever had the best 2 records after that, you in there now too. So I guess it kind of eliminates the wild card though.
You got over half your league.
Will be the wild card games. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got over half your league in the playoffs now. So
the NBA's world.
I'll say MLB's moving on into modern playoff structures. It looks like.
And I'm wondering if this is just because of like the truncated season, and if they'll go back to the regular format.
Yeah, it's just temporary for
the 162 season again.
I wondered that too about the designated hitter in the NL too. Like, are they going to try to keep that going after this is done?
It probably depends on how it turns out. Like if NL fans are receptive to it.
I'm a fan of it.
Well, if Ryan Braun keep hitting doubles, that's
what I'm saying.
I'm with it.
You can keep Ryan Braun like in a productive role in the team without having him like risk himself in the field. Like, yeah, we got all these good outfield. Yes, keep this rule.
It's like we changed it from corner to safety.
right.
I'm gonna keep you around a little, keep you fresher, girl. We got like 3 more years in DH. Don't run out there and do shit else. Go hit that damn ball, bring your ass back here.
Speaking of baseball, go ahead.
Well, I just had a question because like one thing that I read is that the higher seeded teams get to pick their opponents. Did I misread that, or is that part of it?
I know that was something that was talked about, like as a possibility, but I'm not sure that they actually implemented that. I don't believe they did.
I thought so. I brushed their only. Like, I'd like to tweet, but
Timmer,
if that is the case, would you be excited about that, or do you think that that's unnecessary? So essentially, like the idea being that higher seeded teams going like from first, second, third, fourth, like they would get to pick the lower seeded team that they get to face first. So, for example, like the Brewers end up with the best record in the NL, they would get to choose between teams 5 through 8, like which opponent they get to face. The thinking being because it's such a shorter season, like some better team might hit a losing streak or like might hit injuries like midway through that tanks their record, but then they get healthy for the playoffs, and it's like, well, that's not fair. Like we're the best seed, but we get the hardest first round opponent.
So give me an opportunity to pick one of the weaker teams to play against,
basically.
Yeah.
But then you feel disrespected by the lower seed. As the lower seed, you're like, damn, you gonna pick me, bro? You think you finna? Oh, okay.
By the way, yeah, they did not do that. That was just something they talked about before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a thing in this season.
That'd have been cool though.
Yeah.
Like just for the chaos factor, like you said, like teams feeling spited. Like what the fuck you mean? But also, like I get it for the reason that I kind of named off, because it's like if the Dodgers get like 3 injuries to start the season and then they hit a hot streak at the end, make the playoffs, and then I gotta face them, like that shit ain't fair.
Don't nobody want to see that shit.
That's life, boss.
Especially since you don't get like home field advantage or anything anymore.
Speaking of life, though, the Blue Jays got their worst case scenario, and they're actually playing their games at an AAA facility in Buffalo. So at least I got a home. Sorry, it's not the one you wanted, but we probably shouldn't be doing this anyway. So,
Black Island, man, fuck this season.
I'm thinking about like if y'all tried to create these bubble situations, they had no choice but to play at a AAA damn field. Y'all have AAA affiliates and AA and single A. I'm sure you don't have I hope y'all don't have them playing on no shitty ass field. I'm sure they're professionally kept fields.
No, it's just not the same. Like the dugout, they don't have any of the amenities that they're used to in a major league park. Like it's the minor leagues. Like it's not their standard.
And obviously, now that the Marlins have had their outbreak and their concerns around the league, like now people are revisiting like what MLB could have done to mitigate like COVID concerns. One I saw was put all the NL and AL West teams in LA, the NL AL Central teams in Chicago, NL AL East teams in New York, because then you have two major league ballparks in each city that you can then like have games like played throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And you can still have night games, because that's one of the concerns about the minor league ballparks is that they don't have sufficient lighting for night games. So bubble them that way, or like have all the West Coast teams go to Arizona for like all the spring training parks down there, and have all the East Coast teams go to Florida, which again like gets everybody in a central location. So you're eliminating all the travel, which is an issue, and you're kind of huddling people up into single geographical areas, so they can actually be bubbled.
And then you have enough time to make one central location for the World Series.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna want to leave their families for that long. That's what they kept saying. Like,
like their season is gonna be shorter than the NBA season is.
That is very true. So maybe, but they didn't want him to do it for this time length. So maybe not. We'll see. Couple quick hits for y'all before we go in and blow the whistle. NXT champion Keith Lee. He actually, I don't know which one of y'all pop, but that was funny. He relinquished the North American title. So there's going to be a triple threat match, 3 of them leading up to NXT TakeOver. And the winners of those matches are going to have a match at TakeOver to determine the new champ. So Keith is just focused on being the number one dog with the NXT championship, letting the other one go. I respect that.
Both of these motherfuckers you had is little.
You said what, Ken?
So what are they doing with Adam Cole now? Is he moving up, or what's going on with him?
I don't know.
Don't know yet.
Don't know
yet, because they focused on Karrion Kross now, crazy psychopath motherfucker. Mm-hmm. But don't know about Adam Cole yet. I'm assuming because SummerSlam is coming up, he's probably on his way up. That's an assumption, though.
Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Adam Cole,
baby! Longtime NBA Commissioner David Stern. He is going to be posthumously inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame next year. He was instrumental in launching WNBA back in '97, so they're going to honor him with that. So that's pretty cool. And also some pretty cool news, Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving, he committed $1.5 million to help pay WNBA players who opted out of the season. That's super cool. This fund is also going to provide players with financial literacy programs created by UBS. So that's tight. He talked with Natasha Cloud and Jewel Lloyd. So let's talk about them and the challenges they face from sitting out. So shout out to Kyrie.
Yep, for sure. I shit on him constantly, but he definitely stepped up. So shouts to him.
Yeah, it's dope, brother.
That being said, let's get into blow the whistle because I got some things to say.
Yeah, got some shit to get off your chest.
Yes, sir.
All right, now that's enough out of you. You know what? Tee his ass up.
And I ain't even gonna be long-winded, but Mike Ditka, sir. So, and Ken just sat back in his chair to shake his head. I feel you. We too had an embarrassing moment as Packers fans with Brett Favre playing golf with my second blow the whistle of the week. Anywho, Mike Dick, we talking about you. Chicago Bears legendary coach. He's currently the chairman of the X League, which is a women's football league. In a recent interview with TMZ Sports, he was talking about that league when he was asked if he would support his athletes kneeling during the anthem in silent protest. And his response pissed me off. Tim, could you read Dicka's response for me? Or Eric. I said you, Tim, because you be putting personality in this stuff. You be putting on the show a little bit. You be like,
Nah, fuck Ditka.
So, I'm just saying. I was giving you a compliment, nigga. Yeah, of course. We don't like my Ditka, but
I don't give him no kind of plug, no fun, no nothing.
No fun, no nothing. Okay, I hear you. I feel you. I understand.
If it was up to me, I'd say no. If you can't feel respect, what? If you can't respect our national anthem, I'm like, what? Get the hell out of the country. That's the way I feel. Of course, I'm old fashioned.
Pause. By old fashioned, he means racist, clearly, because what? Old fashioned.
I think it's funny. I also think it's funny, like how the same group that says "Make America Great Again" is the same one saying, like, if you don't like the country, get out. So it's like, if you're saying that you're making it great again, that means it's not great now, which means that you don't like it. So you should be telling yourself to get out. Anyway, so I'm not going to say what I feel. I think there's a way you protest and there's a way you don't protest. You don't protest against the flag and you don't protest against this country who is giving you the opportunity to make a living, playing a sport you never thought would happen. So I don't want to hear all the crap. You want to try it. You don't, it's okay.
Now, sir, listen to me very clearly. When you say you don't protest against this country who has given you the opportunity to make a living, you are so in the wrong, because they are here in spite of the opportunities that this country put in front of them. You can't even call them opportunities because they weren't even that, sir. Also, you don't have a right to tell people how to protest. I'm going to say this again. If you are not the one being oppressed in the situation, you have no right to determine how one should not protest. It is not your cause to protest. You don't make those rules, okay? White people, stop that, okay? Stop it.
Especially old racists, like you the one we protesting against, so you don't get to tell us how we protest.
Exactly. Now, here's my problem with this whole mentality. Same thing with the make America great or whatever. The problem is that you think this country is perfect and has no faults whatsoever. And it's like you are blind to the fact that improvement could be made. It's almost as if like you discovered fire and then you're like, this is good enough. Don't invent no light bulbs. Like, this is it. This is good. Like, there are some disadvantages to just using fire as a light. Okay. We transferred from using actual fire to light bulbs and so on and so forth because of safety, like, whatnot. There's room for improvement in America. Okay. That's all we want. We're not trying to turn a new world order over here. We are just trying to make things equal. And the fact that that's a problem to you and that you think that's an old fashioned view, which, I mean, it is old fashioned, but let's keep in mind that America was built on racism. So to be old fashioned in America is to be racist in America. Mike Ditka, I blow the whistle on you, sir. Get out of here with that. You should probably leave the country. Okay? Because you're part of the problem.
Or this earth.
Next, Donald Trump. Listen, sir. You are a multiple time offender on this show at this point.
I mean, honestly, he could be every week. Like we
honestly,
we don't want to be redundant.
I'm gonna quickly tell y'all a story. Okay. We talked about how Dr. Fauci was going to throw the first pitch at the Nationals game. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
that was terrible, by the way.
It was a terrible pitch. So an hour before that terrible pitch occurred, President Trump was in the briefing room stage at the White House, and he was pissed because he's like, how dare he be able to throw a pitch? You know what? I'm going to throw a pitch. He said, literally, and I quote, Randy Levine is a great friend of mine from the Yankees. And he asked me to throw out the first pitch, and I think I'm doing that on August 15th at Yankee Stadium. That being said, that was a surprise to not only his team at the White House, but to the Yankees. They had not scheduled for him to come and throw the first pitch on August 15th. This man was on stage lying for clout because he was jealous. He is such a child. He was jealous that Fauci got some shine and got to throw the ball and he was getting recognized because he wants some recognition. You, sir, don't deserve any recognition. You why we here in the first place, because you can't lead a country. That's all I'm going to say about that, because if I keep going, we're going to get canceled. It's a podcast. We're going to end up getting canceled. So I'm going to just leave it right there. I blow the whistle on you and Brett Favre for playing golf with your funky self.
So it goes back to the earlier in the show. Like, duh, you do know we going to tell them that you didn't We didn't say that to you, right? You know somebody will come out and verify that we didn't have this conversation. Right?
Wow.
And he canceled his own invitation.
Because he got caught.
Because he didn't get invited. It's like when Steph and them was like, we ain't coming to the White House, and he said, I'm not inviting the people that just said they ain't coming to the White House. Like,
childish.
That was a hilarious shit.
Well,
Like,
you know,
I'm gonna throw the first pitch in, but I'm not gonna go. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't give a fuck.
Also, I want to point out Brett Favre was one of the people that posted the blackout pictures on Blackout Tuesday, and then turns around and plays golf with.
They was dragging his
that man.
Them social media pictures don't mean nothing. We need that, boss. That being said, let's get into the Tech Top 5 and end the show.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1. Tech Top 5.
Last week's Tech Top 5 was best NBA MVPs over the last 20 years. Tim won the poll. Shout out to you, sir.
Gracias.
Congrats. This week, we are doing the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL since Keenan Allen is tired of biting his tongue. And he called out Tyreek Hill. He called out Mike Evans. He called out Chris Goodwin, not Godwin.
It's Godwin, not Goodwin.
Yeah, he called out the wrong person. But he said they weren't a better receiver than him. Faster every day, but separation, child, please. Mike Evans actually gave him some attention. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
No, I was just going to say, Tim, I think, reposted this double move that he put on some corner.
Nigga, that motherfucker.
I don't know.
God damn. Every time I watched that, I showed it to Sam. She was like, ooh. I was like, Jesus Christ.
He is one of the best route runners in the league. You can argue saying he is number one. So he got that in his bag. But there's more than just route running that makes a great wide receiver. That being said, let's get into our list, shall we?
For sure.
Tim.
So since I won, do I get to pick who go first?
That has never been a thing before. Clearly, you don't win off.
Since I won, do I get to pick somebody who go first?
No, nigga, that ain't how this
you
go.
Just go first. What the hell?
Unless you want to go reverse, you can ask to go in a different order. You don't pick.
Go ahead and,
Man, win one time, start feeling
start some new life.
Wow, one man. He over here rubbing his hands like a crackhead.
Man, I'm saying, I get to pick somebody.
It's not like Ashley Larry. Them motherfucker.
No,
how you hear his hands?
Because they buy the mic. But we've had this conversation before.
Let's move on. Who going first then? Are we doing
going first.
And regular? Okay, there we go.
Okay, so number 5, I'll go with. I got 6 on it. I'm gonna go with Reek at number 5. Because I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill at number 5. Number 4, I'll go with Odell. He should be healthy this year. The nigga's still an amazing receiver.
Wait, what? 4 going into this season?
Yes.
Odell Beck 4?
Yeah. Yes. Trust me.
No.
Odell is finna clown.
It's not a projection. It's a statement of where they are right now going into the season.
I got him as the 4th best.
Oof.
3, I got D-Hop. 2, I got Julio. And 1, I got Michael Thomas.
You can nothing be mad at me too. 5, I got Odell.
Y'all are really gassing him after that track. Like, I understand why he had a bad season. He wasn't fully healthy. But I can't. But because of what he did on the field, there's no, I can't justify it. Like, Amari Cooper had a better season than Odell Beckham. Like,
Amari Cooper had a better quarterback too. We know Odell's talent is there. We know it's there. Odell is still one of the top receivers in this game, and I will stand on that.
I'm not arguing with his overall talent. I'm saying based on what he did, I think putting him in a top 5 is outlandish. But
it's not top
just
5.
My opinion.
2019 seasons is top 5 wide receiver.
Well, going into the season, that's why I'm like, to me, that's too high. That's my opinion.
Well,
go on.
Number 5, Odell Beckham Jr. 4, Devontae Adams. 3, Julio Jones.
Julio.
2, DeAndre Hopkins. 1, Michael Thomas.
All right, number 5, I got Mike Evans. Number 4, I got Devontae Adams. Number 3, I got Julio. Number 2, I got D-Hop. Number 1, I have Michael Thomas. Tyreek will be my number 6. With Keenan Allen. With Keenan Allen behind him. Just want to throw it out there. I do think Keenan Allen is a top 10 wide receiver. I just don't think that he's actually better than Mike Evans. I'll give you Good or Godwin for now. You had me calling him Goodwin, nigga. But Godwin's coming, and I don't think you're better than Tyreek Hill. All right, Ken.
5, Tyreek Hill. 4, Devontae Adams. 3, D-Hop. 2, Julio Jones. 1, Michael Thomas.
That's 10, ain't it?
I don't think so, was it?
He didn't have Odell on it.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, you had Devontae instead of Odell.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the list for the week. Y'all let us know whose list y'all liked.
Tell us what you think.
Let us know what y'all list is, too. I'm sure everybody got a list. It's the hot thing right now. Everybody got a wide receiver list, so show us yours as well. We hope y'all enjoyed the show. Stop throwing up gang signs. I'm trying to end the show.
Wait, breaking news. Chargers and defensive end Joey Bosa reached an agreement on a 5-year, $135 million extension. Ties him to LA for the next 6 seasons. He had $78 million fully guaranteed at signing and $102 million guaranteed on new defensive record.
Jesus.
Can you? Whenever I hear the NFL signing bonus like sizes, I'd be like, can you imagine getting $78 million at one time? Like you sign a contract and it's like
$78 million.
Dry, it's in your bank.
Man, I probably would just pass out. Not even gonna lie.
Lord,
good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Joe Burrow signed his contract today. I think his was 4 years, and he got like $28 million guaranteed off top.
Yeah, but he on a rookie scale, so that's different. Like we knew where he was. I hear you, but we knew where he was gonna be around. Like
thereabouts.
Signing bonus.
Hey, that's number 1 draft pick, baby.
Yeah.
Woo. That's wild, but you know.
But yeah, that's the show. Congrats to Bosa on the contract. But yeah, if you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me.
Wait a minute.
On Twitter, Instagram, and PSN at Camille Monet, CamilleMonae, because
your mom is fancy.
Thank you, sir.
At Bucks Burner on Twitter.
That's all you get.
Goddamn right. And I'm actually starting to use it again because the Bucks are back. So
everyday_gentleman on Instagram. Harris216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZD number 3, aka Ass Ketchum, aka Mr. Give It To Me. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Dude. We'll see you next week.
Oh boy.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.